I appreciate everybody's support, and I spread that support around to other people too. And you too, Frankie. I think you're doing a great job with your channel. You got good content. You're researching and stuff, and entertaining at the same time. Very entertaining.
Jack of all trades, master of none, as I like to say it. But Dr. Schmidt, thank you so much for coming on. I think we touched on a lot of important topics that will help out so many people today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, yeah. Hey, you guys enjoy the rest of the weekend, all right? Take care, guys. All right, that was great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, wow, he has such short and concise answers. We're gonna get through a lot more than I thought.
I gotta say that I subscribed to you when you were like brand new, like in like easily less than 5,000, and and I saw your message was anti-vegan, pro-meat, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's gonna be attacked by vegans. So I sent you my playlist. Do you remember that?
I think I do, yeah.
So then a few weeks later, you made a video and you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I think I'm just gonna drop YouTube because you were frustrated. And you said some guy sent me a playlist. Do you remember this?
I remember that back in what happened was in July of 2000 of last year, July of last year, like what happened was, my channel wasn't super popular. I was getting a lot of pushback from the carnivore community for saying we needed to eat organs, we needed to do nutrient density, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like a little bit upset about how my channel was going when you had, but long run, the hard work. I do remember you reaching out to me, and I do remember watching some of your videos.
Okay.
And
But in
yeah,
one of your videos, you said some guy sent me a playlist, and you're like, that was one of it was like overwhelming to you, and I was like, oh my god, that was me. I'm sorry, but the playlist was like how to deal with vegans, how vegans say these things, and why do they say it, and I'm like figuring out like, yeah, they don't know how to read science, and their brains are deficient in DHA, and they're like there's so many things wrong with that community, and I was attacked all of 2017. Oh my god, it was horrible, and so,
and you're not even like me, where you're going right against them.
right, yeah. But I haven't been attacked by vegan to speak of, more than 6 months. I mean, there's Sean Baker, there's other people that they're going after, but when they say something on my channel, I just post a playlist, and they say watch every single video before you say anything else, and then that just shuts them up. But there was a guy from Dr. Greger. He's got a bunch of people doing
The
research.
string being God.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people doing research for him, and one of them is his name was Brett. This guy Brett is such an asshole. And what they do is they have all these studies and they just copy and paste. And I deleted it, and he was a what he did for a living. He was
Oh,
a
those guys.
yeah, yeah. So I just deleted. But this guy's a tumbler. He graduated from clown school. Like a circus acrobat and a magician and a juggler. And I'm like, dude, like, are you still tumbling? Anyways, and then he found me on Twitter, and he attacked me on
I
Twitter. It's
thought you
like,
were joking. I thought that was a joke.
no, no, he
You
seriously,
really what the
he is a juggler, tumbler, magician, acrobat, and he's a vegan
That's fucking. Hold
working
on, dude. You should
for
not. Come
huh?
on, you should have fucking said that on the podcast. I can't believe you.
Well, I'm recording this now. I can send this.
Oh, that's so funny. Just that's comical. Just put like a clip on your YouTube channel. This is how vegans do research. They hire acrobats and they hire clowns out of clown school. You know what was funny? In one of my reading mean vegan comments videos, someone made like a fake YouTube profile of Bart K, and it was like Bart K with a clown mask photoshopped on his face, and it said Bart K, senior clown lecturer. And I
Yeah,
thought that was the funniest shit. But
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of right now.
Well,
Fucking circus acrobat.
there's a guy that did Dr. Greger's face, like this big, the bald head and the like in the glasses, and it says Dr. Fart Face. Have you seen him?
I've
Yeah.
seen him. I've seen him. Yeah, that's
And there's
that's typical.
another guy that did a parody on Mike the Vegan, and he spells Mike MAI apostrophe
Yeah,
Q.
yeah. He was attacking me last week. I set him up hard.
I know.
Uh,
Yeah.
that was yeah. I made a video. Did Luke Perry die of a stroke? And I went over how okay, well, high homocysteine in the blood from low B12 causes oxidative stress, and then high omega 6 causes oxidative stress. So put these two together. That's why Seventh Day Adventists have double the stroke rate of everyone else. And at the
Okay,
time,
back up. Say that again. So high homocysteine from B12
this is the
deficiency.
theory. The theory
Right.
was, and I explained this in my video, Vegan Diet Will Give You a Stroke, this week on Monday. It's like 15 minutes long of me explaining this. The idea is, okay, high omega-6 linoleic acid causes oxidative stress in the body and raises, and in regards to outcome data, it raises your risk for heart disease and everything, all-cause mortality. In regards to the actual physical mechanism in the body, Tucker Goodrich is who I got this from.
Oh.
When the lipids, the LDL cholesterol, turns into primarily be composed of linoleic acid, the body attacks it, and the macrophages take it up, and it turns into a foam cell in the arterial wall. So I was like, okay, linoleic acid, high omega-6, vegan diet, that's bad. Plant sterols in the artery wall, essentially. And there are mechanisms like there's an I think it's called 9-HODE. It's an oxidation byproduct of linoleic acid, and that's what they found to be elevated in heart disease patients. So there's that. And then if you're on a vegan diet and you're B12 deficient, and regardless of whether you supplement B12 or not, your homocysteine levels in your blood are high.
Right.
And homocysteine has two mechanisms where it can oxidize both cholesterol and protein and essentially cause cell death. They're just really high levels of oxidative stress. So I was like, hold on, this seems like a fucking recipe for a stroke, technically speaking. So I was like, okay, if you want to have a stroke, stop eating meat, don't eat any B12, and drink some vegetable oil. That seems like the perfect combination because it's going to increase the oxidative stress in your body so much. The thing is, it takes large amounts of omega-6 over a period of years for this to happen.
Yeah.
That's why you initially see the cholesterol lower. And the B12 thing is very genetically dependent. The thing is, if someone has like an MTHFR gene mutation where they suffer so much from B12 deficiency, other issues will manifest itself first before the stroke. So to my understanding, and this is all speculation in my theory, high omega-6, low B12, high homocysteine causes high levels of oxidative stress, but this is like the last thing this is like long-term what would happen. Most of the time, you'd run into other issues before this. At least I would think so, with these extreme issues.
Yeah. So, but there is science showing that vegans have higher rates of strokes?
Yeah, there was a Seventh-day Adventist study, and this is why I made it. Like, I was like, oh, wait, hold on. I was like, okay, wait. This is a good theory, Frank, but do they actually have more strokes?
Right.
And then I looked at this Seventh-day Adventist study, and their heart disease rates were the same as everyone else. It's like 24%. But their stroke rate was 11% when the average stroke rate was 4%.
Yeah.
So their stroke rate was almost triple. And it was really high in the women. The relative risk for stroke rate for women was like 1.5. And in the context of an epidemiological study, that it was pretty significant considering the male stroke rate was like actually low, like 0.7. So the outcome data, but the problem is like, okay, how much outcome data is there on strokes in vegetarians versus meat eaters? And the thing is, the only scenario where you would have this issue isn't a vegan, and there aren't enough studies done on vegans.
Yeah.
And there aren't enough people that have been long-term on a B12 deficient diet, high in homocysteine. So there's just a lack of data on it.
So with that, I didn't actually watch that video that you made, but I did make a comment. Did you see my comment?
I did see. I definitely read your comment.
It's about a Buddhist monk in Ann Arbor. Like.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I wanted to talk about that on the podcast. I forgot that.
Yeah.
You said that you gave him meat and he stopped having the mini strokes.
Right. Yeah. I just think. I'm gonna say this person. I'm not gonna say male or female, just for confidentiality. But this person, I just think had weak arteries. The muscular tissue of the arteries was weak, and you could. I don't know. I think that was the issue. But the clotting factor, that could be an issue. You know, so homocysteine, lipoprotein A, fibrinogen, and C-reactive protein. Those are the 4 clotting factors. So. I don't think I tested her homocysteine, but it could have been high. But, you know, a methylated B vitamin would fix that up. But I don't remember giving her a B vitamin, but maybe it's just simply meat. She was just deficient in meat, and now I'm saying she, but now she's stronger, and it's been many years she's had no problems.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say it was? I didn't hear you.
She.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's important to eat meat to maintain the strength of your arteries.
Yeah, no, yeah, we could talk about a couple things, and definitely we could definitely think about like a couple topics in the future to touch on for sure. I'm looking forward to eating my raw adrenal glands. I'm also doing I keep messing around with bullshit like dairy that I shouldn't be messing around with. I'm doing like this fermented colostrum and milk protocol to cure my allergies,
Yeah.
which on paper, it works, but like I'm breaking out on my neck and shit. Like I don't know how familiar you are with allergy protocols, but you know you have the T cells. I shouldn't even be talking about this because I don't know it myself, but there's different cells in your body form different immune reactions in different parts. You could have the oral immune reaction, and then you could have the reaction of the protein cells. And what actually causes immune reactions in your stomach is the protein. So like the casein is what causes the immune reaction in the dairy. So theoretically, if you consume a small enough amount of this over a consistent period of time, the immune cells in your body will get used to it, and they
Right.
won't cause the immune reaction again in your stomach. But I'm worried because I had the candida. The candida issues that I had came specifically from drinking raw milk when I was allergic to it. So for me, I don't know if I should be messing around with it. It's a little bit tough here and there, but um,
Well, I mean, if
I
you
guess
just avoided it, you wouldn't have any trouble, right?
the issue is um, I didn't know it was candida, and I had this really severe candida infection for 4 or 5 months, and I'm still getting over it now
Okay.
because I realized that okay, I was likely copper toxic, 100%, because
When
I
did
was
you
eating too much liver.
from the duck liver?
No, this was probably too much liver consumption over a period of many years with not enough zinc.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, my copper levels have to be high, but there was nothing triggering it. And in hindsight, I remember that the months was eating duck liver, I had bad insomnia, and copper toxicity causes insomnia. So, well, that's one of the many symptoms of copper toxicity. So then I realized that when I drank the raw milk and had the raw honey, that candida, maybe I didn't have candida in my stomach before, but that copper toxic environment created a perfect system to have candida in it.
Okay.
And then that was the issue. And then when I did like some herb antimicrobial protocols, I definitely had candida in my bowel movements. Um,
See, that's heavy metal detox that you got to go through.
yeah, I've been going through it. I've been eating high amounts of zinc every day. I guess what I wanted to ask you was, can I still eat liver for vitamin A, or is that a bad idea?
No, I think it's okay. Like what, once or twice a week. But in the meantime, take some binders to actually grab onto the toxic amounts of heavy metals, whether it's copper or whatever. And then,
If I just take an antagonist like zinc with it, is that okay? Or what do you mean by binder? Like those things you mentioned?
yeah, to grab onto the metal and pull it out of the body. So that's what a
What's an
bind.
example? Is that like a clay or like a?
Yeah, I call it special dirt, whether it's bentonite clay or activated charcoal.
What
Um,
about just regular like kaolin clay? Does it have to be like diatomaceous? Is diatomaceous earth an example?
no, I don't trust that for heavy metals. But if you search, um, oh God, I think it's called microbiome formulas. They have a product. The one that I like the most is from a company called Cellcore Biosciences, and that's the professional line. And then you can buy directly from them through microbiome formulas. But the professional line, they have one called HMET binder, which stands for heavy metal environmental toxin binder. But I don't know what the name is for their sister company, microbiome formulas. But anyways, I mean, if you just do some searching around and look at the reviews on Amazon for various binders, activated charcoal, that kind of stuff, and see what people say about it.
You think? I mean, I have some activated charcoal in my cabinet. That definitely works.
Yeah, I mean it works. Yeah.
I'll check it out. I hate drinking that type of shit, but who knows?
Well, take it in a capsule form, and all you gotta do is
Oh
just
wait.
like 2 pills a day. Just a little bit every day
Oh
for
wait. Oh,
years.
oh. So I don't need to like. I overdo everything, man. I remember once I drank 4 cups of MCT oil. That was really fucking gross. That was really bad. Um, but yeah, I was on the toilet for literally 48 hours. So uh, you don't have to take a lot of this. It's just like two little, like a teaspoon essentially. You know, you're not taking. I'm thinking like a couple tablespoons of
A
charcoal.
cat? No, 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 a capsule. 1 or 2 capsules a day. Here, I got a
That's it.
product here that I think you can buy straight off the website. It's called Cyto Detox Liquid. See that? Just search Cyto Detox.
Yeah.
So this is in the category of special dirt, and it's just like 20 drops twice a day would be a lot. So that's all it is.
hmm I'll do a little bit of grunt work.
Yeah, you
I
gotta.
mean, the heavy metal binders, they're not necessary, but they just help a lot, right, with the detox process.
No, I think they're the main way to detox and the least
Oh,
expensive, best bang for your buck. The binders,
I
yeah.
see. I see. Okay, so I'll do a little bit of grunt work, man. Thanks for taking the time to do this. Hopefully you get some nice people on your channel, not most of my rotten eggs. Uh,
Yeah.
no, but hey, thanks again for doing this. Let me know if you want to do anything in the future. We collaborate on something maybe.
All right, cool. This
Um,
this last part, I've been recording this whole thing. I can take this last part and put it on my channel. What do you think?
yeah, if you want, yeah, that's great. Yeah, what you could do is uh, did I say anything we shouldn't put up? I
No,
don't think so. I
no.
don't. I think we're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you post it on your channel, what I'll do is I'll post it on my community page, and then they can come check it out.
Okay. And then so the first part you post it, and then I can put that on my community page.
Yeah, it's already up, I think.
Okay.